All right, everyone. So, as always, it is getting to be that time of the month where we are starting to get more information about what is going to be revealed to us in the upcoming chapter of the Dragon Ball Super manga. This one is Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 83, a continuation of the previous chapter where the last thing we saw was the fight between Bardock versus Gas. Now, a lot of people, ever since Bardock was introduced into the story, and we found out that Bardock fought Gas in the past, and a lot of people theorize that, oh, maybe Bardock found a weakness, and a lot of people have been really looking forward to seeing that be revealed. You know, let's actually see that fight. Well, now it seems like we are finally going to be getting that fight. We got a little bit of it in the previous chapter, but now we're going to get the continuation of that fight in Dragon Ball Super chapter 83. So before we get into this, guys, as always, this video will contain light spoilers, but keep in mind, Japan did put out this information on purpose. They want you guys to have this, and it's only going to cover like the first few pages of the chapter. So if you don't want any spoilers at all, even if it's officially put out by Shueisha, this is your warning to leave right now, because we're going to get into them. All right, okay? So if you're still here, I'm going to assume you are either okay with at least these spoilers, or you're just okay with spoilers in general, or maybe you've already seen them and you just want to hear what someone else's thoughts are on them. So with all that out of the way, and before we get into it, guys, if you're new here, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, especially to this channel, my second channel, because I will be posting most of the manga content here, because, well, if you've been following my channel, you know. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what these rough drafts tell us about what's going to be happening in the first few pages of the upcoming chapter. So here we go. We've got the this is the first page, of course. We've got a nice establishing shot right here. Well, yeah, and here we see Gas manifesting a weapon, which we know he can do, and now thanks to the Dragon Balls, he can do it to a much higher degree, and which makes him more dangerous than he already was. And here we see Monaito, we see Bardock and Monaito talking. By the way, we do have translations as always. And also stay to the end, because I've got some information that I do want to talk about something else when it comes to Dragon Ball. And yeah, here we can see like Goku and Gas, or excuse me, Bardock and Gas are about to fight, and then Bardock just throws a ki blast. Gas just jumps up, dodges it, and then he. By the way, I really like how this was drawn here. Again, you got to give credit to Toyotaro. Really improved when it comes to his artwork in the Dragon Ball manga, and then just slams it on top of Bardock. He manages to block it, but you can see even though he blocked it, it still hurts like hell, and he just manages to kick him, or no, not kick him, but he manages to throw him away. He grabs the mace, the handle of the mace right here, and then he just tosses Gas up and into the forest, and then he falls him right there. Again, we've got translations for all this, don't worry. And then the fight just continues between the two. And here you can see he manages to immobilize him. Now, this reminds me of the ability that we saw Goku use in the Broly movie, and then Broly reversed it back on him, where he used his ki to sort of lock him into place. And here you can see, yeah, Bardock is hurt by this, and we've got some translations for this. Now, this part, what's said right here, is very interesting. I've got some things I want to say here about what Gas said here. And then here we get back to Monaito's home, and here we see him bring out the Dragon Balls. And this is interesting. Again, we'll get to this. Now, we've got translations courtesy of Herms. So shout out to him. Make sure to go follow him on Twitter. And he says, the roughs are out for DBS chapter 83, Bardock versus Gas 2. Monaito begs Bardock to leave him and Granola to their fate and save himself. But Bardock thinks he's nuts. Gas says even if Bardock runs, the Saiyans haven't got much time left anyway, or so Elec has told him. This is interesting. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a bit, but let's go ahead and look at what the rest of the translations are, again, thanks to Herms. Bardock's annoyed at Gas talking nonsense. You guys are the ones with no future. They start fighting again, and Bardock tells Monaito and Granola to leave. This is his fight, and they're in his way. Gas is sick of Bardock's annoying tactics. He can't waste any more time, so he decides to unleash his instincts a little bit. Meanwhile, Monaito takes out the Dragon Balls. It's forbidden to use them for their own sake. Sorry if you can hear something in the background. But using them for an alien should be okay. And that's it for now. Full chapter comes out in about a week. Yeah. So there we go. So, okay. First thing that I want to talk about is this right here. uh, Gas telling Bardock that even if he runs, the Saiyans haven't got much time left anyway, or so Alec has been told. Now, a lot of people have theorized that this is probably taking place before the events of the Broly movie or the events of a Dragon Ball Minus, which is a part of canon right now. It is. Toriyama has officially written it into canon, and I know there's a lot of people out there who are not happy about that. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like Dragon Ball Minus, and I completely understand that. I, like a lot of people, do prefer the Bardock special, which a lot of people know as Bardock, the father of Goku. Personally, I prefer that version of the story, and it seems like at one point even Toriyama preferred it because he actually wrote it into the manga. But then he, of course, wrote the Broly movie, which kind of combined the two into one. So I guess he kind of like gave people like the best of both worlds, like a bit of what he liked from Dragon Ball Minus and a bit of what people liked from the Bardock special. So yeah, anyway, it seems like this is taking place. It seems like this is confirming it that, or at least sort of confirming it, that this might be taking place, maybe not right before the events of the Broly movie, but at least leading up to it. And this, I guess, would explain why Bardock was suspicious of Frieza and why he was calling them all back to Planet Vegeta. And then, you know, of course, if you watch the Broly movie, Bardock finds out from that one Saiyan that Frieza's been asking about the Super Saiyan, and that's when Bardock like puts it all together and says, "Oh, okay, so that's what's going on. He's afraid of the legend, so that's why he's gonna get rid of the Saiyans. That's why he's calling them all back to Planet Vegeta." Obviously, that didn't really work because Super Saiyan still showed up and managed to take him down twice. But so here's the thing: if this is true, if you're telling me that Bardock was only suspicious because someone just let it slip to him about the Saiyans not having a future, and it sort of put that suspicion in his mind, and then when Frieza calls back the Saiyans, he already has that, and again, like that other Saiyan telling him that Frieza's been looking into the Super Saiyan, and that's when he puts it all together. If I'm being honest, personally, I don't like it. I don't like that Bardock only ever had this suspicion because someone else put it in his mind. I guess I've always liked that Bardock was just, you know, just always had that instinct that, like, he never really trusted Frieza, like I'm sure a lot of Saiyans did, and like when all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta, he just always found it a bit weird. And he also knew that probably Frieza wasn't really all that fond of the Saiyans. And then of course when the other person, like I said, brings up the Super Saiyan, that's when he puts it both together. I always liked that he was able to put it all together himself, as opposed to someone else putting that suspicion in his mind. So yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not really a big fan of this. So all right, next thing I want to talk about is the Dragon Balls, and when Monaito brings them up right here. He says that using them for an alien should be okay. Now this probably implies that I don't know what this implies. We'll know when the chapter comes out, but is it possible that Bardock got the strength to take down Gas because Monaito wished for it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we know the Dragon Balls, or at least the Cerealian Dragon Balls, can make someone as strong as they need to be. I mean, look how strong they made Gas and Granola. So it shouldn't be that hard to believe that he could make Bardock as strong as he needs to be to take down Gas. But if that's the case, again, it's just going to be another case of, excuse me, it's going to be another case of the Dragon Balls being used to just make someone powerful. And if that's the case, like, you're just wondering, okay, well, why doesn't everyone else just use the Dragon Balls to make themselves strong? It's like, if it's that simple, why doesn't everyone just do it? And I always thought that the reason why no one did is because the dragons always had limitations. Like they can only do, or they can't do anything that's beyond the power of their creator. And we don't know who created the Cerealian Dragon Balls. We know that Monaito was made the leader of the Namekian tribes, and that's why the Dragon Balls are still active. So technically Monaito isn't the one who created them, someone else did. And whoever did it had to have been incredibly powerful, because otherwise, how would the dragon be able to make someone, like, boost someone to such an incredible level of power, even if there is a condition added to it? I don't know. I don't know. I personally, I don't like that they're doing the whole, let's use the Dragon Balls to just make ourselves as powerful as we need to be. I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, like I said, I'm just speculating at this point. Um, if you have different thoughts as to what might be happening, let me know about them in the comment section down below. And of course, we'll find out what's happening, or what's actually happening when the chapter comes out, or maybe a little bit earlier when the spoilers come out, which I will be doing a video talking about them here on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to know when those videos come out. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who did hit the subscribe button and is supporting the channel that way. Or maybe you're just watching, liking, and sharing and commenting. That also helps with the channel, because that's what the YouTube algorithm absolutely loves. Anyway, guys, before we go, one last bit of news. This right here was shared with us by DBS Hub. I was gonna do like its own separate, I was gonna do its a separate video just for this, but it's not really all that much, so the video would have only been like a minute or two long, so whatever. Just so you know, the DragonBall Super superhero movie has an official release date after it's been delayed because of the Toei hack, but it is going to be coming out on June 11th, 2022. So not originally, it was supposed to come out, I think, this month in April, but it's been delayed by about 2 months. So it hasn't been delayed that long. So June 11th, 2022, hopefully, barring anything else that happens, the movie should come out, and then hopefully the movie will be released in other countries not too long after that, because I think that's kind of what they're planning to do. You know, I think I said this before, that they want to probably release the movies not too far apart from each other, because otherwise it's obviously going to be spoiled online. You know, people are immediately going to go online, they're going to talk about it, and the movie's just going to be spoiled, at least for people who don't choose to stay off the internet when the movie eventually comes out, so they can avoid spoilers, which is almost kind of impossible in this day and age. So with that being said, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, like I said, leave a comment with your thoughts, and bye for now.